When Epictetus makes the pregnant distinction between things that are in our control and things that are not, I immediately associate to another distinction that I believe holds between the phenomenal experience of the world as it appears in the course of its events and objects, and the psychological experience or dispositional experience that is the result of the way or manner in which one carries oneself towards this phenomenal experience. Or as Epictetus says in entry 6, the way you deal with your impressions. I think the idea is that by coming to terms with the range of things that are in our control, we can positively affect the total of our experience. Things in our power that comprise our dispositional experience are our expectations, attitudes, prejudices, the various forms of our attachments, all the things or processes that precede judgments. And I think that these dispositional qualities inflect or affect or mediate our experience of the appearances and events of the world around us. And I would like to emphasize the word mediate, because we all know how the medium influences the perception of the message. And the same way our judgments projected on things and events easily becomes the quality of the experience of those events. We all know how first impressions can distort our perceptions of others. Or, for example, if I don't like somebody, I will become thoroughly blind to his or her positive characteristic features. So it's easy to distort our perceptions by the mediation of our dispositions. So these dispositions can act as the media of our experience that affect our experience. Now, the social aspect is crucial because we are social creatures, and the main tendencies of our dispositions are socially sanctioned, and one of the most important aspects in this regard is the socially sanctioned presence of the hierarchy of values. We have a hierarchy of values that probably just covers over the lack of intrinsic values in the world. Now, the most important value in a consumer capitalist society will become the idea of ownership. I think capitalism nurtures a sense of control that derives from ownership, and ownership gives an illusion of power or control over the things that I own. Now, Epictetus emphasizes that much anguish can come from our belief that we own the things which we can easily lose simply because they are not in our control. And he says the body, the property, reputation, and office are things that are not in our control. And in effect, I think these are the very things that are the most highly valued in our culture, in a capitalist culture, in a culture that is about commodity fetishism. So, for example, we think we own our bodies, that according to Epictetus is not in our control. And as a result, we can easily become dissatisfied with our body. And we do fitness, we have plastic surgery, we have disorders like anorexia, and so on. These all testify to the dissatisfaction that come from the belief that we own this body and we can control it somehow. And the same way we think we own, or we can own, or even we should own the affection and the attention of our loved ones, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, friends. What else? I think we even think that we own to a certain degree time itself. If I miss a bus, I miss a bus, I become impatient, and instead of looking forward the possible outcomes of this, I just become bored or irritated that I have to wait, and that's a mistake. Or think of the tourist behavior we are so prone to. We photograph everything, or we make video about everything around us that is important in some way, or we download all music, films, and we burn DVDs, or in terms of the YouTube, we want to own the attention of others, so we want subscribers, more and more subscribers. Now, there's a thread running through the manual of Epictetus that I would like to highlight. It is 3, 11, 14, and 26. Let's see the third one first. I will read. When anything from the meanest thing upwards is attractive or serviceable or an object of affection, remember always to say to yourself, what is its nature? If you are fond of a jug, say you are fond of a jug, then you will not be disturbed if it be broken. If you kiss your child or your wife, say to yourself that you are kissing a human being, for then if death strikes it, you will not be disturbed. I think this is a passage about the importance of coming over the hierarchy of our values and to regard things as belonging to a continuum. So we shouldn't privilege those things that evoke our affections. We shouldn't privilege things. But let me go on. 11. Never say of anything, I lost it, but say, I gave it back. Has your child died? It was given back. Has your wife died? She was given back. And so on. So at the end he says, take care of it, but not as your own. Treat it as passers-by treat an inn. So if you think in terms of giving back instead of losing, that's a totally different construal of the situation, and that's highly relevant. I think the summary of these